Good morning. It is Tuesday. I will be taking you along with me on a work week in my life. So since today is the first day of the work week because we had yesterday off for Labor Day, I am in America. It'll be a short week. However, I do have an appointment to look at an apartment today after work, so I'm going to take you along with me for that. If it is what I think it is, I believe it's owned by the same management company as another one that I looked at a few years ago. So the only knock on this one is it's not in the target area. So I'm targeting a certain area and this one is slightly outside of it. So we will see what I think about it. Other than that, I think it has washer dryer and I think it has dishwasher. I might be wrong about that. Oh, the other issue with this one is I think it is a ground floor apartment, so I'm not a huge fan of being on ground floor just because of safety. I think actually like half of my team was actually out on vacation today, but I do have a lot of projects that I'm working on, so I have to kind of catch up on those because I didn't do any work over the weekend like I think I was maybe supposed to. I just turned on the camera and now there's a helicopter. So I'm going to do my makeup now for my dark under circles. So I washed my brushes last night. The fluffy ones are not dry, but the eyeshadow one is dry. Okay, so this is going to be the look for today. Eventually, I hope my brush is dry so I can put some powder down because I think it is going to be humid today. Yeah, so it's very humid out already. It's 70% humidity, which is like, once it hits that threshold, like, no bueno for me. Lunch for today, trying to quickly eat. So this is the leftover corn risotto, and then I have some, what are these even called? Cherry tomatoes and water. I did top this with Parmesan cheese, red pepper flakes, and then some salt and pepper. It is a first floor apartment. It's also right by the front door. Kind of dirty. Oh, super dirty. Okay, there's a lot of cabinets. TV is included. Bathroom is huge actually, and there is washer dryer. Looks like some free Tide. It's really dirty, but it looks like a pretty good apartment if it wasn't on the first floor. I would say the bedroom is probably about a queen size, but you can maybe fit in a desk, and it does have a closet. And then that looks like the fire escape. No, it's not. It's, I don't know what it is. I think it's where you could put your air conditioner and also make sure that nobody comes in, so you might need to buy a gate. What is this? It is on a dimmer. Ah, okay. I'm not taking this one. What a distinguished scholar. Laundry. My arch nemesis, carpet. Pretty big. Here I am at H Mart, and these are some of my favorite things. So this is the noodle wall. So these are all the refrigerated noodles. So I'm just showing you some of my faves. And here are some frozen fish balls and things for if you're making some hot pot, stuff like that. Prepared meat. And then also the frozen tteokbokki section. So if you enjoy tteokbokki, they have a bunch of options for you. And also at the top are hodok. And here we are going to be looking at the dim sum options. So they have quite a few that are frozen that you can just thaw and prepare. And this is my favorite snack aisle ever. So here are some of my favorites that I kept in my purse all the time in Korea. There's some potato chips, and the gosomi are like sweetened sesame, like saltines, I guess. And they have a bunch of choco pies and other cookies and snacks. They also have a bunch of non-Korean sweets, so here are some Chinese and Japanese items as well. Here are some soy milks I used to drink a lot. So they have added calcium. So the one on the right is black soybean, and the one on the left is the regular flavor, like unflavored option. Here is the huge selection of matcha green teas that are available at the H Mart. I decided to go back and grab some mandu, which are Korean dumplings, because my friend told me some great ones to try. And then here is some omijacha, which is my favorite Korean tea. It's very much an acquired taste. It's like spicy, sour, and sweet all at once, but it's definitely sour at first. So I decided to actually pick up this item, which is the omija sangria tea. So this is really delicious. Harvest Festival. I have mooncakes.
Of the two holy mosques in Mecca and Medina, and the most powerful leader in the Arab world.
So this is like the weirdest haul. So I spent about $70, which is a lot of money, but these are kind of specialty ingredients. So basically I bought these because my friend texted me saying that she bought these rectangle shape ones from Puma for like, she said they were the best one she ever had, but I didn't have salsa, so I didn't see what type she recommended. But I had a craving for maemeal, so this is like a buckwheat one. So it's kind of like a regional specialty for one part of Korea. So I had a craving. So I saw one from a no-name brand that I've never heard of, so I didn't want to risk it because sometimes the mandu is really bad. And then I also bought some natto, and this one has the seasoning sauce in it. That's what I like. This is a very acquired taste, so it's like fermented soybeans. Nobody I know likes it except for me, but I like putting it sometimes in rice when I make it in my pressure cooker, but I have been out for a while. I also got this perilla seeds Korean style pasta, so it's the sujebi, which is kind of like dumplings, not like dumplings, but like dumpling, like if you get, anyway, soup with like chicken dumpling soup. That's what it's like. So it also has like a creamy perilla seeds, which is like a sesame seed. I also had a craving for some kimbap, so I'm going to make it eventually. So I have this real crab shreds, and then I also bought this pickled radish and burdock root. I also bought some, what are these? Steamed buns, but they're the vegetable one. And then, as you know, my favorite flavor is omija. I don't know if I got it in there. The K-pop was really blasting. But I'm going to try this type. It's omija sangria flavor. So I don't know what it's going to taste like with the fruits in there. So I'll see. It was kind of expensive. It was $10. But I feel like if I were to buy it at a cafe, it'd be $5 per cup. So this will give me far more than 2 cups. I also, as an impulse buy at the banchan corner, I just grabbed something and then the line moved too quickly, so I ended up with this. It's like anchovies with peanut, but I'm going to eat this with some rice today for dinner, I think. And then I also grabbed some frozen salted mackerel fillet. I think there's 3 of them in there. Yeah, there's 3 of them in there, so that seemed like a good deal. It's $9.99. Sorry, it was $9.99, so yeah. That's what I got for my $70. Again, they're kind of specialty ingredients, but I went in expecting to only pay about $50, but I grabbed a lot more things than I expected because I think it was because I was hungry. Okay, so took the lids off. So this is that banchan I bought. So I guess there's walnuts in there too. I didn't know there were walnuts. I thought it was just peanuts and milchi, whatever that is. Anchovy? Yeah. And then this is the natto, so I'm going to try to show it to you. So I always put the sauces on, but let me show you why I say that it is a very acquired taste. So basically the one thing I would say that's iffy or that I'm upset about, I guess, is that it does have a lot of packaging and it is styrofoam, but this is just like how they have to serve it. The other thing I just remembered as I was peeling this off is I grabbed it from the freezer, so it's not thawed yet, so I might need to wait to eat this until later. Or else I'll put it on my warmed up rice. So I just warmed up the rest of my leftover rice from, I don't even remember what day, and then I have tomatoes here. Okay, so I'm going to try to show you. I warmed it up a little bit in the rice, and I'm going to add the sauces now. So number one, my favorite thing is to add the sauces. Sometimes I buy the one accidentally without the sauce when I was living in Japan because I can't read Japanese, and that was a very sad day. So make sure you get the ones with the sauce if you're trying to get into natto. It's supposed to be really good for you because it's fermented and everything, and it's also a good source of protein apparently. And then I always add the mustard, but a lot of people don't like the mustard as well, but I like sauces, so. So then basically you just take your chopsticks and then you stir it up. It's still a little bit frozen, I guess, but yeah. But I think the reason why people don't enjoy it is because of the texture. So since it is fermented, it does have like a stringy texture. I don't know if you can see that on camera. But I personally really enjoy it, and I usually eat it with rice. But it's really nice. Also cook into some rice if you make it in a pressure cooker. You can add some vegetables like carrots, squashes, that sort of thing. And then you also add some natto. But this will be dinner for today. It's quite simple. So yeah, natto, the milchi and nuts, which includes walnuts apparently, and then rice. You can see I warmed it up in there. And then also some tomatoes that I have from Whole Foods. It was a long day. So after dinner I did about an hour and a half of work, like roughly. So I also got another new project, so I guess my networking worked. So I've been trying to network, trying to get new projects, kind of to explore a little bit of what other projects the company does. I looked at another couple of apartments online. So obviously I put in the info here. I think I saw 3 apartments today. It was either 3 or 4. It was 3. So honestly, the first one I saw I probably would have taken, except for the fact that it is right by the front door of the building and it's on the first floor. So it's like very unsafe to be honest. Like I don't really, that was like the least likely apartment. I was wondering why it was so cheap. So it was, I think it was $2,200, I believe. It might have been $2,150, I can't remember. So basically I just wanted to go see because it had washer dryer and it looked like it had like a full out kitchen with like cupboards and stuff and really large bathroom with washer dryer like I mentioned, and also a large closet. So all of that was true, but the thing is just like first floor apartment right by the front door is not where I want to live. So I can understand why that one is still available. It also like oddly came with a TV. So I've noticed that recently about like posts in kind of like the areas people don't really want to go, or like the apartments people don't really necessarily want to take, like one right by the front door. They put in like an amenity like a TV or something, which I think is very odd, but it's also like semi close to Columbia, so it was very walking distance. That's why I went to H Mart, is because H Mart is like pretty close to Columbia actually. So I usually go to that H Mart if I ever have time. The other closest H Mart I guess is all the way in K-Town, which, so I don't go there that often, plus it's like kind of stressful because there's a lot of people there. The Upper West Side one that I went to in, I guess it's the Morningside Heights, it's on 110 and Broadway. That one is like busy, but it's like a different type of busy, so it's kind of more like a neighborhood grocery store. There's also West Side Market, so I was on the phone with my mom, so I wasn't able to get footage, but they also have a lot of food and stuff at West Side Market, obviously, because it's a grocery store. But the one thing I would say about West Side Market is it's kind of expensive. Definitely check your prices before you go there. What else? So yeah, I did not go for any of those apartments. The second couple that I looked at, they were both in the same building. It was a co-op. So basically I'd asked the broker how it would go. So she said for the first year I would go through her, and then after that I would have to go get board approval each year, which seemed like a pain in the butt, to be honest. But she did say that they're looking more for a long-term tenant, so if I was able to be a long-term tenant, they would be more likely to accept me anyway. It also seemed like a very long process since it did require board approval, so I'd have to do the co-op application first, and then I have to do the other application for the sublease form. So I think it was going to be about $500 for the whole entire process, which seemed a little bit high. Nothing new to report on the apartment front. I do have an apartment that I have scheduled to view tomorrow after work, and then there's another one that I think is really nice in pictures in terms of it's like a really unique apartment. But the one thing is I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it to the open house. Also, my face looks really puffy. I think it's because I've been eating all of that party mix my mom sent, and it's so much sodium. So I've been drinking like so much water, but I think my face is very puffy. Got really distracted by how big my face looks. Yeah, I don't know about the second one I'm going to go. So the one that I'm talking about has like a library nook. My mom was like, I can't believe they call it that, but no, it was just like I called it that. So basically it's like a little alcove that I could use as an office. It had like a little seat bench, and you could put like cushions on it, and had some bookshelves and things like that. It also had a bedroom and a pretty good kitchen. The only thing is that it's a little bit hard to get to in time just because of like constraints. So again, I'm targeting Upper West Side, but this one is in West Village. So to get there I would have to take the subway and then find it basically. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that one will be taken pretty quickly. It looked like a pretty good unit, and that's a pretty popular sort of neighborhood to go in, and I think it was like relatively cheap for that area. I mean, it's all relative, right? So I think it was like $2,900 per month, which is crazy to think about, but yeah, it looked like a pretty good setup for work from home rather. So I am kind of interested in looking at it, but I don't think I'm going to make it to the viewing in time. But yeah, that is everything. I'm a little bit wired because I did work pretty late today, so my brain didn't get time to rest. So basically I'm just going to go to bed, watch a little bit of TV. I can't even watch an entire episode without passing out. So like I've been stuck on the same episode for like 3 weeks now, I think. So I have no idea what's going on in the show, to be honest. So I don't know if everyone else feels this way, but I've been watching some YouTubers who do week in my life sort of work content, and everyone is feeling really burnt out. I feel like for me it's just because of like it's a brand new job and I'm really busy learning about the company, but also like doing all the projects I was assigned, and then also because I'm trying to find an apartment at the same time, which is like the worst timing. But I don't know, I just feel like really tired. It's just like no matter how long I sleep, it just doesn't feel like enough sleep. I'm just doing some simple skincare today, and I'm kind of excited to try that tea that I bought yesterday. So that's the problem with me whenever I go to the Korean grocery store. So I went to H Mart. I think I talked about it last night, but yeah, at H Mart I always get stuck by the tea aisle and then I just never drink it. So I think I have some citron tea or yujata in my cupboard, and then I have that stuff that I just bought, the omijata, and then I also have those packets. I have a matcha one that I haven't had too much, and then I also have the milk tea one, the brown sugar milk tea, I think that's what it's called. And yeah, I mean those two are good, but the issue is like you get so little beverage out of it, so it's like I don't want to use like 4 packets, which would be 400 I think milliliters of beverage. It's either 400 or 600, I can't remember if it's 100 or 150 milliliters of water, especially because those are kind of expensive. I bought them as a treat, and I should have read the usage instructions before I bought them, because they were kind of like, I think they were like $1 something a pack, which is kind of expensive. No, that's still expensive, because when I go out to bubble tea but when I go out to bubble tea, it is like, I think it's like $5 or $6 just for like the base price. So I guess it's like comparable. So I guess if I just poured like 5 things of that in one, it would be okay. But the other thing is with like going to bubble tea shop, it's like you kind of, oh, I'm almost out of this too. I'm almost out of everything. So only a little bit of moisturizer today. So then I guess as a result, I'll just use this as well because it's also a primer and moisturizer and sunscreen. I do have one appointment after work to go look at an apartment. This one is like in a really good location. Sorry, my water's done boiling. My kettle did come yesterday, I just haven't unboxed it yet because I've been busy. I have an appointment to look at an apartment. It's at a really good like location where I'm targeting. But I just think it's gonna go like so quick and I'm not gonna be able to even see it today. So I just wanted to say that now I'm listening to The Quiet. So it's another Korean rapper, but basically I was like a fan of him, Doki, and Binzino at the same time. I just like kind of like spaced out at the fact that Korean music would be on Spotify. Like I knew BTS was on Spotify, but BTS was everywhere, to be honest. Like I feel like BTS is even at the grocery store that has like zero connection with Korea at all. Also, like I'm kind of wondering how old I really look. I've been asking my friends this and they've all said the same answer. But at work people think I'm like 25, which is frightening, I guess. And then whenever I go to the open houses, they always ask me if my parents are going to be my guarantor. So in New York, if you have if you're trying to get an apartment, you either have to make 40 times the rent or you have to have a guarantor, and then your guarantor has to have or make 80 times the rent. So yeah, anyway, I was like, I don't think so. Do they have to be? But they were like, then they went into this whole thing about being a student. So this has been happening to me a lot more recently since that one Allure event that I went to with my friend where the it was a skincare event and the person asked me when I was going back to school and I told her hopefully never. I said, well, maybe if I go to MBA, I don't know. And then ever since then, people have been really asking me things about like school. I mean, I guess the area yesterday is like mainly Columbia students, so I guess that makes sense. And I guess I could have been going to grad school, but she was like asking me how my classes were going to. It was like really weird because I was like, should I make up a fake persona? I'm drinking right now. I might need to get another cup of coffee. I did make an order, actually made 2 orders at Alltrue/Cosbox for their market. So I did skip the box this season, but I decided to go for the market because there are a couple of things that I was kind of eyeing, and to be honest I had credits because they kept messing up my orders, so I was kind of worried that they were going to like suddenly take away the credits just because they were getting mad at me contacting customer service. Oh my gosh, I used the wrong brush and the wrong powder. Anyway, so I was worried that they were gonna like basically shut down my account because they were annoyed with me like contacting customer service with so many issues. So I just decided to just buy stuff, and if it gets here, it gets here. If not, I guess it doesn't get here. But I ordered a pour over, and then it's a good thing I bought that because it sold out right away. And then I also used a coupon at the end to buy what's it called, that click and grow thing, so the planter, just because when I went on vacation all my plants died, so it is what it is. So now it is time to definitely go sign in to work, and it's going to be a long day again, and then right after work I have to run to go look at that apartment, so I will take you along with me. So I just feel like I'm burning the candle at both ends, but I'm trying to sell my exercise machines. I had to measure it today. I think I might just give it to my friend who wanted one. So I also am like, I spilled hot sauce on my tablecloth, even though I like never spill. I can't believe I spilled on my tablecloth, so I had to hand wash it last night. So that's drying in here too. Otherwise, just working on these projects. So I'm finally eating one of those muffins. So I put a ton of butter on it, but actually it wasn't as dry as I thought it was going to be before I put all the butter on it. But yeah, so I don't know if it's actually a bran muffin. I don't know, but it's, yeah, it is what it is. I kind of wish that for Good to Go they kind of told you what it was when you picked it up because I mean, yeah, so definitely not a thing to get if you have food allergies. As an update, this tastes like vaguely chocolatey, but I don't think it's chocolate, so I'm a little bit confused. So since it was really bothering me, I opened the LPQ menu, and I guess this might be a Spelton banana muffin. I'm not entirely sure, but I guess that would make sense because there is like definitely some little grain pieces in it, and it does taste like banana, but I don't know why it kind of tastes like chocolate. So I am still just working on this project, but my under eye bags are even bigger now. I don't know what's going on. So I don't think these are like the cute things that you want to have. These are just like tiredness bags. I think I just really need to give up on this whole apartment search because it's not happening this year. It's just way too competitive, and I'm brand new at this company. I'm sure that they would let me get out early or like during the workday and just put in time at night, but I don't feel comfortable doing that, so I'm going to just probably throw in the towel here for the apartment search because I just don't think it's sustainable at this point. My self-control is low. This is snack for today. It's like this small bowl, but it looks really big on camera. It's big, whatever. So I've obviously been eating a lot of salt recently, but I'm going to put on some eyeliner just because I think the issue why I'm looking super tired is that I don't have eyeliner on today. So I'm going to put this on before I go see some brokers about some apartments just so that I don't look super sad. By the way, it's after 5, but I have a meeting at 5:30 before I have to run out. So I just came into my room to put on socks basically. Okay, so I look slightly more awake now. Oh, this has been such a long process. So I think if this apartment today looks terrible, I'm not gonna look anymore, just because, yeah, it's not worth it. Right now the stock is just so low that there's no point in continuing the search. I should just make sure I don't lose this apartment. So this was probably the best posting I was going to look at this week, and it was taken this morning, so this kind of sucks. I made it to the showing and then the broker was like, oh, I forgot to message you. So yeah, I give up now. Game over. I made it in the nick of time. Even for me, that was fast. It took me like 25 minutes to go 30 streets. Definitely moving season. So I came in to check for something very specific. I don't think they have it. Where was this a couple of weeks ago when I was on my mission? In case you're also looking, these are drawers. They also have turntables clearanced out. They're super cheap actually. Shelves, silver organizers. Suddenly very dark outside. I was only in there for like 10 minutes. These are the costumes not trending on Upper West Side. Hot Dog and Avengers. This spicy pasta sauce from Trader Joe's is like actually kind of spicy. I can taste the spice without adding anything. So actually I would probably buy it again if I'm being honest. I think it was sold out last time I was there, so I hope it wasn't a limited edition thing. But it's just leftovers, so I have that leftover chicken breast and then the noodles that I made last week or whatever it was. I don't even remember. It was probably Monday. Anyway, I have that and then a hard seltzer. So it is the end of, I think it's Wednesday today. This week is so messed up. So long story, that apartment I was going to see was actually just rented right before I got there. So the realtor was like, I forgot to tell you, but yeah, it was kind of rough. And then I basically ran like, so it was like 30 streets and 2 avenues. Yeah, and I did it in like 26 minutes, which is even fast for me. I'm actually quite impressed. I was very sweaty, would not recommend, but I made it to the post office right in the nick of time. They were basically like 5 minutes from closing, but I was able to get my mail, and I had the nice worker there. She's super nice. I don't know, I feel like when you go to the post office, having a nice worker is like very rare, but she's always so friendly and happy. But I also think she kind of enjoys her job. I've seen her at other post offices too, because I remember being like, wow, she really loves her job. When I went to, I feel like this was out last time I used it. I'm going to try using this one. But yeah, I remember her from when I went to the one near Columbus Circle. I think it's at like 57th Street and 9th Avenue. I think. Anyway, so I went to that post office and she was there and she was super friendly. Everybody at that post office is quite mean, actually. I just remember her being the only friendly one because everyone else was like really brusque, I guess. And then I don't think I have any appointments scheduled. Sorry, I dropped a card about shampoo. Yeah, I don't have anything scheduled tomorrow for viewings. Honestly, like at this point, I'm just like, I give up. I'll do it like a 2022 try, I guess. Good morning, it is... I'm just itching my forehead. Good morning, it is Thursday, September 9th. Basically today, I think I just have to do work. I tried to schedule a few more viewings because I gave myself a deadline of Saturday. But yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to see any more showings, because then the other issue is like I mentioned last night in the vlog, but I think I'm lucky because a lot of people are celebrating Rosh Hashanah right now, but also at the same time that means a lot of brokers are also celebrating Rosh Hashanah, so it's a little bit difficult to schedule things. Just because of the Jewish holidays. It's like holiday season right now for the Jewish faith, I guess. It usually happens around September, so for depending on what field and industry you work in New York, it might be possible that like you don't go to work at all in September, or like you go to work and nobody's there. Yeah, so nothing super exciting planned today. I think it rained a lot last night actually, like it was forecasted to. I also think my allergies are really back. So just simple makeup today. I did everything way out of order. This is going to be the look for today. I'm gonna go finish my coffee. Oh my gosh, today is going to be long. It's Thursday. I don't know if it gets like this for everyone else, but whenever it's a long weekend, I just get so confused. And then it feels like the week is longer. So, breakfast for today is that spelt and banana muffin, I guess. Lunch today, same as yesterday basically, so I have risotto with the red pepper flakes and parmesan on top, and then I also have the Korean banchan side. It's a little weird, but basically, yeah, just going to finish eating this. It's a weird combination, that's what I mean. This is a very normal banchan, but it's weird to pair with risotto, but I need to eat both of them up. As you can see, I already started rice, and using this side of the counter for rice just wasn't happening. So just made my normal rice, 1 cup of water to 1 cup of rice plus a little bit of oil. And I'm finally making the chicken that I've been marinating for a few days now. I'm going to make it in my air fryer though, so let me spray a little bit of Pam, and then I'm going to just add it to the air fryer. Okay, so I'm going to throw it in the air fryer now. Most important thing, plug it in. Had a weird craving, so I'm going to also make some corn from Trader Joe's. So I'm going to boil the water and throw it in. You know the drill. So as I'm sitting here waiting for some work to come through, I edited a video, so that's going to go up tomorrow. And then I also have a snack now. Hopefully it comes through soon, otherwise I might wait until tomorrow to work on it. So it is now evening. That work report didn't come through, so I'm just gonna go to bed. Yeah, basically just was trying to work on some vlog stuff just to get some content out for tomorrow. I'm just trying to make it through all of the backlog that I have. Like, I'm always going to be about a month behind, just because reasons, but like I don't want to keep falling farther and farther behind. So I did that, started uploading, and then I forgot that I was uploading something, so I deleted the file from my computer because I had moved it to my hard drive, my external hard drive, so I had to restart. I think I do like this moisturizer, but it still does have like a weird scent to me. It's like a citrus mixed with a pool float scent, which is like a very odd sensation, not sensation, scent. I'm just gonna keep saying the word scent. But it's like very strange. I don't know. It dissipates really quickly, but it's just odd. Oh, tomorrow I'm going to have the fun task of choosing out a new oil-based cleansers. I'm currently using the Elemis, but I think it kind of got too hot because it's been very hot in my apartment since I don't have central air conditioning. So yeah, it's kind of like a different consistency. Like, it's usually thicker, but it's like definitely more fluid. Going to close out today. I just think that this house search has been taking a lot out of me because I think it's also like I'm not able to rest fully when I'm sleeping because I keep having dreams about brokers and like trying to find an apartment. So I think it's just like better for me to just like wait it out another year and just hope that the housing stock comes back, because yeah, it's a wild game out there and I just don't have the chops. I think this is something you had to be training for a long time. So now in retrospect, I probably should have been breaking my lease in January when I saw a lot of really great deals. Like, I was seeing Upper West Side 1-bedrooms for like, I think it was like maybe $1,800, and then I was seeing 2-bedrooms for like $2,000. And yeah, with all of the amenities like washer, dryer, doorman, gym, etc., etc. So I really just missed out. I should have been thinking about it, but then it was also like at that time I didn't really want to move because of like the whole COVID thing. I was unvaccinated. Nobody was vaccinated except for doctors, but the doctors weren't going to be helping me move and things like that. So yeah, I'm going to shut off now because there's an ambulance and I think it might be kind of loud. So I didn't set up my skincare, but it is Friday morning and I'm going to do my skincare now. So I have some of them here, so I'm going to start now. Yesterday was the first day I didn't look at any apartment postings, and I think it was very liberating. So yeah, I think I've been resigned now that I'm going to just stay here for another year. I'm almost out of the sunscreen, so I think this is the last one I have. So I either need to order some from online or else go to K-Town. But honestly, K-Town has been kind of stressful during the pandemic because it's kind of like business as usual. But my friends and I were talking about this, so we went there and basically we were all like kind of panicking because we hadn't seen that many people in a long time. Back in the day, I was like really into Korean hip-hop. I know it seems a little weird. I mean, I'm still into Korean hip-hop, but like now I'm still into the same people. What was I trying to say? Oh, basically the reason why I like The Quiet is because a lot of his songs have like instruments in them. It's not just like synthesized music. So like when you go to the concert, he has like live, you know, like trumpet players or something. Anyway, so yeah, just a glimpse into what I'm listening to. I'm also like trying to find a tutor right now, and that's very stressful because I'm trying to find it for work, but my job is very specific. Just because I want to get my language skills back up to like what I was doing when I was working in Korea, and I'm working in the same field, so I just am trying to find somebody who is like New York City or like America based, because basically I can't really function in English after like work, so I can't even imagine functioning in Korean after work. So yeah, I'm trying to find somebody who I can meet like hopefully like one-on-one in person So I've contacted the Korean Cultural Center, I think this is called, here in New York. I contacted the Sejong Institute in DC. Both of them aren't offering tutor services right now, so it's kind of rough. I don't know what to do. So I went through like some Facebook groups and somebody was recommending this tutor, but then he was like, I don't think he's a good tutor, to be honest. I like asked him questions and then he's like, I don't know, but I can learn it. I was like, I don't think you can learn my job. Like, it's a very specific field, so I don't think, like, even if I weren't in this field, there's no way I would be able to learn the nuances and the vocabulary for it. So I'm really looking for somebody who has a similar background. So one of my friends actually has an onni who has a background in what I work. So she's actually based in America, so I'm trying to figure out if we both want to do like a language exchange, because I think that would be beneficial to both of us versus like paying her to be my tutor, just because I feel like I don't necessarily want to pay somebody to tutor me if they don't have experience tutoring, because it's a very different experience. So part of my hobbies in Korea used to be teaching business English, so you definitely need to like learn how to teach and things like that. So you can't just jump in and just suddenly be like, oh yeah, I'm a tutor now. I don't need to prepare anything. So you have to prepare like lesson plans and like assignments and things like that. Like, it definitely depends on your student, but for my business English, I definitely had like textbooks that I used, lesson plans, things like that. I'm also still trying to figure out if I can learn Swedish, or I'm very congested today, it's my allergies. If I could learn Swedish or Norwegian here. The Norwegian Institute is like not open still because of COVID, which I totally understand, but they're not offering online classes, which I kind of don't understand. The Swedish Institute, I think they had some classes, but I missed the enrollment date because I only had this idea after I started my new job, which was after the enrollment date closed. The Sejong Institute in DC is teaching classes this semester, or this season, for fall, and I considered joining them, but it's kind of like $250, which is like kind of cheap because it's like 6 weeks of classes, I think. But the issue is that I think I'm a little bit too advanced. So the middle level is like only teaching Sogang level 3A, which is a lot lower than I was ever studying. Like, I think we used that textbook in like second year of school in America. So I don't think it's really that difficult. So then the advanced class is like reading news articles and discussing it, which is fine, but it's like not super relevant because they're like not current event news. They're like from the Talk to Me in Korean books, which are also like not the right level for me. So I don't think I'm going to take class because the person was very helpful, actually. So I totally recommend, if you do want to learn Korean, they are offering online classes, so you don't have to be based in DC. You can kind of reach out to him. He was very helpful, but he was like, are you reading the passages online and having any issues? I said, yeah, they're fine. They're like not super difficult. So I was like trying to figure out if they had tutor services, which they don't. So yeah, I'm a little bit early today, so that's good. So you can see that I folded up my exercise machine, but basically I think this weekend I'm going to try to tackle this room because this room really looks bad. So basically what happened is I got a lot of technology from my last company, and they told me to keep the boxes just in case I needed to ship it back with any issues, so I did. And now that I'm away from that company, I don't think I'm ever going to be asked to ship back the boxes of the printers and everything. So I'm going to try to like collapse the boxes. I don't know, I might try to get rid of them too because it's kind of a lot. Thank goodness they emailed me because I want to skip this week. So I decided for a snack I'm going to try this Omijacha, the sangria flavor that I bought at Each Mart. So hopefully it's good. I've never tried this brand or this flavor before, but I really like Omijacha, but it's because Omija has like different flavors. Sorry, this is very hard to open. So the different flavors are like kind of sour, But then it has a little bit of sweetness to it, so I'm kind of curious what it's like when it's in this sort of packaging where it's kind of like sweetened jelly, like a concentrate. So let me try to open this to show you. Yeah, so this is going to be quite sweet, but it does still smell like omija. And then the sangria part is, I guess it has some fruit in it. It has sweetened lemon and lime in it. So these are the nutrition facts. I don't know if it'll be in focus. I decided to make 360 mLs of water. I made it kind of warm, but you can make this iced or hot. And it is 2 tablespoons per 120 mLs. So I'm going to put in 6, I guess. It seems like a lot. So. Actually, this is really good. It's not super sweet, but it's definitely sweet. And sorry, I'm wiping off the sticky so it doesn't attract bugs. And then it has like a little bit of the sourness from the omija as well. But I think this would be really nice. There's also a recipe on here for it to be a slush. I don't know if this will be in focus. So if I can find a link online, I'll try to link you. But this is really good. I might actually try more of this line of tea. It's like OT. I don't know. Yeah, so snack for today. So basically since I last talked to you, I just basically got ready for bed. I was catching up on some vlog content that I haven't been watching for a while, but honestly some of the people that I found during my job search process, I just edited that vlog, which is why it's like very much in the front of my mind. Some of those people are kind of boring now, I hate to say it, but yeah, so following her because she was based out of Brooklyn, so I thought maybe it would be somewhat relatable. The answer is it's not. We're at very different life stages, so I think even though she looks older than me, I think she's like significantly younger than me. I think she might only be like 1 year out of grad school, so I'm guessing like 24, 25, but yeah, so I'm obviously not. So her content, sorry, this is almost out. Her content is not super relatable to me actually in retrospect. So actually, even though she's very young, the YouTuber Amy Rauch, I think that's how you pronounce her last name, that is based out of DC, who does a lot of work week in my life, her content is a little bit more relatable somehow, even though she's like super young. Anyway, so I still been watching her stuff. So Amy has a lot better editing style, I think, than Christy does. I think Christy is like kind of like me, but like she's been at it for a very long time. She has like a lot of followers. So anyway, so Amy has really good editing style and I like her music choices and stuff like that. Let me close out the vlog today. So I will start another weekend in my life tomorrow. I think I'm going to probably put both of the days together. I don't have that many plans, unless I'm actually on the wait list to go to the VMAs. I don't know how I got there either, but I clicked on an email. Basically, it was a legit email. I checked everything, and basically they wanted me to like be a fill-in or something, a stand-in, I think that's the word, at the VMAs. So I might go, but probably not if I'm being honest, because they're probably going to be like, who is this person? Why is this old lady wanting to go to the VMAs? But yeah, anyway, so I will close this out now. And I think it's also Fashion Week, so if I see anything interesting going on, I will show you. But I don't think anything really goes on the areas that I'm going to be kind of traveling around tomorrow. Maybe I'll go check out stuff in Soho, but it's kind of not super fun to go by yourself. So I think most of my friends are actually busy this week because they're working. So yeah, that's about it. Let me sign out now. Talk to you tomorrow.